What is going on? I'm Zmot. We're going to take a break from the warships and a break from the front lines Friday, and we're going to do Imitation Game on a low-level account. This is, where is my headquarters? Right about there, usually hidden behind trees, but these darn snowy pines just not hiding anything. So HQ 17, only one single level 1 sniper. Gunboat energy, 25% terrible statue, 25% troop damage, joining it in the terrible statue landscape. We got nothing to do. Love it when that sculptor doesn't have any sort of highlight on it. We're going to do Imitation Game, like I said. Now, apparently Stage 5 is either ridiculously hard or ridiculously stupid. So I gotta say, that is part of the reason why I'm doing it right now. I know that I don't tend to do Imitation Game because it can be a little bit silly and ridiculous, especially as a max level player, but we are going to do it on a low level, and I'm really hoping to do all 7 stages. Now, doing all 7 stages of Imitation Game is not as critical as doing all 7 stages of Dr. T because there's no guaranteed crystals, and when Imitation Game in, it reduced the amount of powder in the game because you used to get Dr. T 4 times every 6 days. Now you get Dr. T 4 times every 7 days, so slight reduction in guaranteed crystals, but not a big deal. Imitation Game was good, and then it sucked, and then it's back to sucked. Was good for a while there when they had the names in there, but I found it really fun seeing the names and with the potential that your base could be in the game. And then they went and removed it because we kept seeing repeating names over and over again. We got the same bases over and over again. And I'm not sure if we're still seeing the same bases over and over again and we're just not recognizing the names, or if they've fixed that, but removing the names, just not super duper amazing. Anytime I can bring out the sad trombone, it is a good time. So, yeah, I personally really do wish that they didn't remove the names, but looking forward to Stage 5. Curious to see what is coming. Now, speaking of what is coming, my wife's new bike shipped today. Super stoked on that. Now, here's the thing. I ordered it. I'm getting the emails. If it was you, would you tell her it's on its way and then have to tell her every 5 minutes where it is and check the tracking codes? Or would you keep it a secret and surprise her when it arrives? I'm leaning towards surprising her when it arrives, but that could also be a very bad idea, and I might end up sleeping on the couch for that one. Doubtful, but those kind of surprises. Let me know in the comments what you would do. Would you just straight up say, hey, your bike's in the way and check the tracking every 5 minutes just to be super duper helpful, or would you surprise? I feel like there's no downside to the surprise. Anyways, except for just to sell her old bike and clean it up and stuff, but that can wait till after Christmas. Moving forwards, we got a crystal on stage. Was that stage 1? Now, the higher stages you go, the more likely you are to get a crystal because, of course, there's more buildings. There's like a 1.8% chance of getting a crystal from a building or something like that. So not super duper likely, but there is still a chance. And of course, Lloyd Christmas. It is almost Christmas, so you got to bring up that Dumb and Dumber reference at every possible juncture. Now, if you're wondering why the heck I'm using this terrible troop combo, there is no good reason. I just happen to have it loaded for whatever reason. Probably farming some gunboat energy with those Cryo Bombardiers. Cryo Bombardiers at a low level are fantastic. They are fantastic. No, I guess they're great at a max level too, but at a low level, just super duper fantastic. Basically, all of the prototypes are fantastic for low-level troops, except for the stunners, of course, because the stunners are a complete and utter waste of time. Really hoping that Supercell does some rebalancing. They rebalanced the engineer. They fixed the Vampire Zookas, fixed because they were breaking the game, but fixed, not fixed as in made them awesome. But anyways, we are getting close to we are on stage 5. I am interested to have a peek. Now, a lot of you already know what this looks like, so you're way ahead of me due to time zones. Wow. Okay, so let's. This is I can see why people were laughing. This is very, very laughable. So we're just going to go something like this. I'm going to go off to this right-hand side because I am a sucker for punishment. And we are just going to get rid of all of the stuff. Just full on ridiculous mode. Now, I'm going to save one boat of Zookas in case I completely and utterly screw this up. And this is very, very likely going to cost me all sorts of diamonds for being a dum-dum and getting my troops in and amongst buildings where there's no point sending our troops in and amongst the buildings. But what's the fun in that? We might as well just completely and utterly save the core because this is the most ridiculous stage in all of the stages. But on the plus side, maybe, just maybe, that means they actually are pulling the bases in because there's no way the developers would intentionally pull this base in. So gotta think that that means that maybe, just maybe, this is showing that Supercell is legitimately just pulling one base per HQ level, like per victory point level, perhaps. I'm not entirely sure how they're pulling these bases in, but figured, you know what, let's go clear all of the defenses, and then we'll come back in. Did not quite get all of them yet. There we go. Getting that last defense, and now we can just... uh-oh, boom cannon, boom cannon. Oh, it's just such a ridiculous base. It always confuses me why people have their headquarters at the front and they have ice statues. This person only has one green statue at least, but if you're trying to get resources, shouldn't you try and defend a little bit? Just confusing. Let's keep going. I am not going to diamond my troops quite yet. Not quite yet. We can probably take this down using nothing but Cryo Bombardiers. But do I want to risk it? I'm gonna just diamond these puppies up. Now, one thing to be aware of is that Cryo Bombardiers don't like to stay blasting the headquarters. They need to be flared on the headquarters, otherwise they do all sorts of stupid things. So need to make sure we save a little bit of gunboat energy for when we get towards the core. But this remote hack should make things just such magicalness. So we are gonna... Oh, I think... I was trying to see if we could walk along the shore without using smoke. Let's just have a quick peek. See if we're going to get blasted by that rocket launcher. I think... Oh, there comes the blastings. So, was a little bit worried about that, but I think we're still going to be fairly okay. Just need to get a little bit of smoke out there. This account does not have a ton of gunboat energy, so it's going to be a little bit starved, most definitely, and we're going to keep going towards the back. But I think all you really need is about somewhere... Uh-oh, we're going to be just pummeled here, folks. Need Everspark to drop some sort of critters. That way, and hope all the critters, of course, went underneath smoke. So, getting pummeled. Everspark's critters barely saving the day. Our Zookas on life support. Our Cryo Bombardiers also on life support. Need one remote hack to get rid of that rocket launcher. And now we should be fairly in the clear as Everspark's critters just kind of hang out front. We're going to get rid of that rocket launcher. If you're wondering why I'm going for the far rocket launcher, it's because I think I can go something like this and get one shock out on the rest of the stuff. So very low on gunboat energy, but it doesn't seem to have affected us all that much, simply because Everspark, super duper MVP, all of our critters barely keeping our troops alive. I would not recommend trying that attack unless you've got a little bit more gunboat energy than I do. But at the same time, look at this. Stage 6, just absolutely beast moding our way through it. Gonna throw all of our artillery on there, trying to save a couple troops. Stage 6 down in a ball of flames. Pretty good. Now, it isn't necessarily worth boosting statues for Imitation Game. For Dr. T, it is, because again, like I said, those guaranteed crystals, but for Imitation Game, not really worthwhile. So maybe you boost just for an operation attack and then come back. Now, we've got 2 attacks. That's the beautiful thing about Imitation Game. For low levels, for max levels, I wish it was way harder. We're just going to go like this. Out goes the shock blaster, just like that. Down goes the doom cannon, just like that. Now, the next hack costs 30 gunboat energy, which is far too much. So we are just going to drop Everspark right about there, get her smoke on, No, not that kind of smoke. And then hacking all of the things. So we've got enough gunboat energy. Uh-oh, did I not throw a flare? Somehow forgot to throw a flare. We're going to double hack right now. Shock launcher and rocket launcher down just like that. We got rid of 4 critical defenses. Looking very, very good at the moment. And now, if we go over here, we can pick off a couple extra buildings. I'm going to spend the diamonds. We are just going to make sure that we get Stage 7 down. Stage 7 has a bunch of ice, so need to be a little bit careful. And to be honest, I was getting low on troops anyways, so we might as well do a little bit extra damage, get some Zookas out front, and clear some mines at the very, very, very least. Looks like I'm setting up to go to the left, but I always go to the right. I think most players go to the right better than they go to the left. So again, if you're building a base, left corner base better than right corner base. Right corner bases are just so ridiculously easy to beat. So now, what do we got? We got 1 rocket launcher there. That rocket launcher also going to be a problem. Shock launcher not going to be an issue. So this should be very, very, very easy. If we fail this, I'll be very surprised. Burning through diamonds like a madman, though. Speaking of diamonds, if you're going to be buying diamonds or instant training or second builder or Admiral's Key, by the way, the Admiral's Key, if you're stuck in warships at engine room lock, that's a great tool that Supercell has not promoted nearly enough, not even close to nearly enough. So anyways, let's get in, let's burn this puppy to the ground. I think we can walk through there without any smoke at all. Shock launcher going to be close, but shouldn't really... Oh, I've already hit attack. We're going to go like this, and then we're just going to cruise along the side here. Should be good to go. Just cruising all of our troops along to the side. And the fact that we've got only 2 Cryo Bombardiers per boat, almost sort of kind of working to our advantage because we don't have so much gunboat energy. Not perfect, not awesome, but saving at least... What is that? I don't even know how many boats I have. Something like 5 gunboat energy, 6 gunboat energy. So low levels getting a little bit of a break because you can't half fill boats. That would be a feature I would love to see. The ability to load like 2 Zookas and 4 Cryo Bombardiers in 1 landing craft would be kind of neat, kind of interesting. Would be an annoying as heck to code and or use, but still, those empty landing craft spots where if you can put a rifle in there might be worthwhile. Might also make things very difficult to attack because different troops attacking at different speeds is fairly tough to manage. But look at this, all of the stages. I don't think that dropping our troops on the left there did anything good for us. I feel like that was just a complete and utter waste of our time. But at least we got to clear some mines, I suppose. At this point, oh, that mortar just ate our faces off. Let's get a hack out there, hoping to get rid of that mortar right there, getting all of our troops up close and personal on the other mortar and flamethrowers and sniper towers and stuff like that. All 7 stages very, very easily accomplished by a HQ-17. So pretty stoked about that. Now we just need to back our troops off a tiny bit, trying to get them away from those sniper towers and things as we throw 1 more shock onto that mortar. And then look at this, just easy peasy lemons of the squeezy. So that's it for me. It is now 9 a.m. on Friday morning, looking forward to my first rum and eggnog of the season. Need to make my own eggnog. If you've ever made your own eggnog, it sounds like it's just an absolute game changer. That is high on my list this year. Unfortunately, my list is very, very, very long, but a little bit of Christmas talk, a little bit of request needed as far as what to do about the wife's bike, and a silly imitation game. Hopefully that takes you into the weekend. Notice I also have Hammerman's HQ level 50 sitting there. Not quite sure why I haven't attacked that yet. Maybe I was going to add it to my boss bases list. But hopefully this finds you well. We are getting within striking distance of Christmas. I shall talk to you soon. As always, thanks for coming in. I'm zmot. Peace!